Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Daily Log Diaries. Today I have to go back to work. I'm filming this on a Monday, but I'm still making time to do my morning checklist in my Hobonichi weeks. This really takes me less than 2 minutes most days. But if you can check the timestamp, I'm definitely late for work. I was missing this zip cover. It's the Hobonichi Knot, N-O-T-T-E. I got mine off of Amazon Japan this year, but I really liked having this Polaroid. It's one I took when I was in Iceland last year and decided to do a little bit of DIY because I wanted to carry that over, and I got incredibly brave. And for the first time in the 3 years I've used a Hobonichi Weeks, I'm actually going to use the adhesive pocket that comes with it. I'm not sure I've known this level of commitment since I said I do. I'm joking, but it did feel like a big deal. But I do like how it turned out, and I can still fit these little sticker sheets in there. I kind of wish it was a right hand opening versus a left hand opening, but I did print and cut my February Patreon perks, a little sneak peek of those in there as well. Over lunch, I decided to do a quick little doodle in my daily page. I've been trying to be more creative in the dailies, and there were some notes that I want to take. I'll talk about that a little bit more later in the video, but I like to sketch with my Tombow Fudenosuke hardtip brush pen. Hey, for the chatty portion of today's Daily Log Diaries, really quickly, I wanted to go through my approach to journaling now that I'm trying to use the Hobonichi Cousin. As a reminder, I'm doing a 7-day challenge using my original planner system for 2023, which is a Hobonichi Weeks as my planner, an everyday carry, and the Hobonichi Cousin as my everything else. So this ends up being my memory keeping space, my journal, and my archive, where archive is really things I want to be able to find long term. When it comes to my journaling, I've been journaling primarily in the daily pages of my Hobonichi Cousin, and I typically journal at night before I go to bed. I spend anywhere from 10 minutes to 30 minutes journaling a day. If I do a full page on here, there's a couple of them that I just did pen only. This takes me about 15 to 20 minutes. This takes me anywhere from like 5 to 10, depending on what I'm wanting to collect each day, doodle, draw, things like that. I've been journaling in cursive just to practice my cursive handwriting. I also find it's a little bit harder to read, so I'm more likely to share my spreads on the internet, which is something that I want to do more of this year. And the other thing I've been doing is I'm trying to match my inks across a 2-day spread. So whatever fountain pen ink color I use on the left-hand page, I will try and carry over to the right-hand page as well, because I am an aesthetics-driven person and I just think it looks a little bit neater. In my old Cousins, I used to use black pen only, so the entire planner looked very cohesive, but now I have a love for fountain pens, so I'm just using the same ink across the 2-page spread so I can use all the fun colors. General routine though is in the evening when I pull this out, the first thing I ask is, hey, do I have something I want to collect? Today, for example, I'm trying to figure out how to stream in OBS. So I watched a couple YouTube videos and I just took notes directly in my Hobonichi cousin over lunch because it saves me paper, and it didn't really feel like something that I wanted to put into my Hobonichi weeks. That is something I'm already kind of feeling, not a challenge, but something I'm realizing my definition. There's a line in the sand and I haven't quite found it of what lives in my weeks versus what lives in my cousin. When I backfilled this in the first week of January, I went ahead and transferred over all of these habit trackers and collections, and most of these live in my Hobonichi weeks already, and I'm realizing that I don't necessarily want to keep up with these in my cousin. So this week, kind of moving forward, I am not necessarily collecting new collections, if that makes sense, or I'm trying to avoid that. But when I was thinking about, okay, what do I want to keep from today? I did a little bit of research on OBS. I've got the space to do it here. I don't think it's something I want with me all the time. So instead of putting that in my weeks, the cousin felt like a better place. Other things that I'll collect is like photographs from the day that I'll print out, stuff from Happy Mail. This, for example, are some stickers that one of my patrons made and they sent for me to kind of try out and give them feedback. I don't know if their shop was open, but if it is, I'll have it down below, or at least their handle. I'll get you that information because it's quite pretty. So first thing I do is, what do I want to collect? I typically will give myself a header with my brush pen just to make it stand out, and then whatever space is left over, I will journal. Today, because I can see myself coming back and adding to those notes, I think I'll just kind of pick a line over here and I'll journal over on the right-hand side of the page, and then that way I can come back and add to these notes a little bit more if I need to. One challenge I did find pretty early on is that I have been doing morning pages when I was using my traveler's notebooks, just to do like one page of whatever was in my head to help me decompress. And I supplemented with a memo pad in the back here, and that has actually been working out really well. And I'm enjoying that a lot. That's probably a huge pro for me from today, is most of my morning pages journaling isn't anything I really want to see again. It's not that profound. It's just sort of clearing my head. So having them in those memo books kind of allows me to refocus on what I actually want to write about for the day, if that makes sense. And I mean, I think I added that a couple of days ago. I've only done morning pages 2 days since then, the 20th and the 22nd, so definitely don't do that every day. This I've been trying to keep up with, but hopefully that makes sense. It's time to speed this up again. I think I put the footage at 1.5 times speed, but real time on half a page of an A5 spread, it took me 8 full minutes of journaling. Today I'm journaling with my Kaweco Sport. This is the brass edition in extra fine. It's inked with the Atramentis Document Blue Gray, which is one of my new favorite ink colors. I used it in my Hobonichi Week setup video, and it's just kind of the perfect dark blue. One of the things about this pen that is similar to my Vanishing Point is it's heavy in hand. It's probably one of the heaviest pens I own. That is my preference. I think my handwriting looks better. It steadies my hand, but not something I would use to write a novel or for super long journaling session.